was in about 93 and decided, I saw two things. I saw that everything in business evolves about relationships and how well we get on with people and can work with people, both internally and externally. And I also saw what I thought was the waste of a lot of good people in businesses. And those are the two things that really excited me and got my passion aroused, if you like. And I thought, right, I want to find some way I can help people in business have a better experience and be even more effective. And then started taking steps of how do I do that? What do I have to do that? And that's when I took more of the academic route, the formal education part, if you like, that you talked about. That I went and did a psychology degree, and then went and did a master's degree in how to facilitate people through change and learning and development. Got involved with experiential training, and continued with my own personal development work in that time frame. But it was after all that time that I worked for a leadership and change consultancy where they use the approach I use nowadays, but in a very microscopic way, primarily with their consultants in-house to help them understand how to be more comfortable and show up more effectively with their clients, and a little bit with their client work. Then when I was made redundant from that company, I thought I was going to have a really hard time with that experience, because that company was my ideal company, if you like. I dreamed about working with for about 7 years, finally found a job like that, and then after about a year or so I got made redundant. So I was expecting this big black cloud of being upset and angry and frustrated to kind of come over me after I got made redundant, but it never happened. And so I thought, well, that's interesting, and reflecting on it I realised that my thinking had changed, the way I approach things. And so I thought, well, I'll study that process for my master's dissertation, which I need to go back and finish. So I ended up going around the world, getting trained by the top people in the world with this approach, and used it to research the effect for people going through unwanted change, with dramatic results, which kind of mapped my own results I'd had, where I really saw how and the way I thought about what happened around me was what created my experience, and how I saw it and then what I did with it. And it really helped me be more in control of and at choice with the experience I had, rather than being reactive and controlled by whatever happened around me. And that's why I just found it so simple and powerful that I then found, well, I've got to find a way to bring this into businesses, because up to that point it primarily been used overseas and in schools and in prisons and in drug and alcohol rehab centres and whole community transformations. So powerful things, but not in organisations, and the language didn't really work for businesses. So I spent the time since about 2000 trying to figure out how do I communicate this in a way that worked for business. And that's kind of taken me up to where I am today, and it's then subsequently led into the parallel between golf and business as well, and how people can learn to improve their golf and learn at the same time how that will help them improve their work results.